Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos, live feeds, let's just take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Friday! Welcome. It has been a week. It has been a busy week, both energetically and with regular life stuff. I'm not sure if you guys are feeling like that fast pace this week. It just like boom. It was like a lot of energy coming in, a lot of things coming at you, a lot of opportunities, a lot of things stepping back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to jump into the energy update for next week. I am not here Monday, unfortunately. I have had an change in my schedule and I've got to be somewhere at 8:30 a.m. So I'm going to do the energy update for next week today, and then I'm going to take some questions and grab some of your thoughts and questions, and we'll spend a little bit of time together before I head off to some in-person sessions today. So let's talk a bit about next week. So we just came out of a new moon energy, and I feel that new moon energy is part of what was creating some of this fast paced stuff. We've got some change rolling in, and for the first week of February, I just feel like pieces of the puzzle are going to be kind of clicking in together. So things that you've been working through, working on, some of your goals, it's going to be a clicking together of pieces of puzzles. So, I think there's going to be some aha. Now I know why. I get it now. There's a lot of that coming in next week, and it does have an excitement feeling to it, and our awareness as to the reasons why things may have felt held back for you, or why things are moving in the direction that they're going. And I just felt like, again, I hate to repeat myself, but Spirit does it over and over. There's going to be the puzzle pieces next week. It's just going to be like starting to click together, and it has a delicious learning energy to it as well. And I just feel that as we kind of creep in through the month of February, there's going to be a lot more of that puzzle piecing. Now, one thing that Spirit showed me this morning, and this was kind of interesting, I thought I was done with my meditation, but nope, Spirit came back in at a really unique time. So I just want to share that. So I was cleaning the coffee maker and the kettle with some vinegar, and because lime builds up or that calcium builds up. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think it's calcium that builds up in the coffee maker and in the kettle. So I thought this morning, oh, I'm going to run a little bit of vinegar and clean it. So the I finished the task and I opened up the coffee maker, and you could see all the little white flecks. And the kettle was the same thing, all these little white flecks. And I literally went to rinse out the water and like rinse out the coffee maker and the kettle. And that's when Spirit came in, and Spirit said, take a look at the white pieces that are in the filters and in the bottom of the kettle. So I took a look, and Spirit said, a lot of that residue, it also applies to your human experience. Sometimes we've got residue, leftover pieces of energy or leftover experiences, that we kind of don't realize that it's kind of like building a layer. And I went, oh, that's kind of interesting. When we have things that come back up for us, whether it be stuff we thought we worked through or stuff that we thought we let go of. And Spirit was literally like, it's, when we have those residue pieces that kind of resurface, whether it be fears or anxieties, whether it be, old parts of our journey, and when it comes back up, it's just literally a matter of cleansing it out again. We don't always have to go back into the old stuff. It can just be, yeah, I need to cleanse that out again. And Spirit showed me, and this was kind of fascinating way because I wasn't even prepared for it myself. So Spirit showed me that sometimes when we have those little floating pieces come back up, we're sitting in it too long. We're sitting, we come back and we think we're really hard on ourselves again, or we go back to the old ways of thinking. And Spirits like, just run the vinegar through. So, and acknowledging it. Like, I looked at the filter and I could see, oh, there's quite a bit of just rinsing it out, just letting it go again. Sometimes we have a lot of things that come back up for us. And it's about being able to acknowledge that was a part of me that struggled. That was, and sitting in a little bit of proud of I made it through that. And there's going to be some energy of with that connection next week too. So as the puzzle pieces come back in together, clicking together, when the puzzle pieces click to next week, you may also have a few things, those little particles of I went through that. And as you're kind of filtering it through, as you're kind of letting it go, sit a little bit in a little, I made it through that. I made it through. I was able to, you know, Find the strength, find the courage, work on that. That was a version of me that was doing the best that she could at the time. It's going to surface a little bit next week. And I found it fascinating how Spirit brought that up for me this morning, right when I wasn't even expecting it, when Spirit said, take a look. With a lot of things are well, always, not just next week, but things always come back up, where we have those moments where we're, I'll use the word triggered, or we're thinking about that. Add a little bit of light to the cleansing. It doesn't always have to be pure vinegar, because vinegar can be strong, right? Vinegar can be bitter. And I know I loved it so much, and I'm still processing it myself, but letting go in a loving way with rinsing it out, and proud of how you made it through, and proud of your learning, and proud that I'm still standing strong in the essence of who I am, and that version of me was doing the same. Just kind of keep those words, or change the analogy if you don't like the vinegar analogy. And I kind of chuckled with Spirit, and I was like, yeah. When I sit in reflection, those little floating pieces that kind of resurface, there may be some time, perhaps you've already experienced that, or you're often experiencing it, where something will come back up, and you just need to rinse it out. It was kind of interesting. So I do think we're going to see some of that rinsing out next week, as well as our puzzle pieces kind of click together. When things fall into place for you. So let's say I'll use Kayla as an example. Kayla, and I will get to your comment, darling. Kayla's been waiting for some immigration papers, and it's been quite frustrating. And she's, probably really struggling with a lot of mixed feelings with that. And when it clicks in, for you, Kayla, when it all works out, and you've got, you're landing where you're supposed to be landing, rinse out some of those feelings of that big struggle or that hard time, and just trust the process. It had to be now. It's right now. Okay. That is going to be kind of what we're sitting in next week. And it's always a good idea to give yourself a cleanse. I cleanse myself a couple times a day, at least once a day for sure. At the end of my day, I just kind of let's wipe that off. Let's wipe that off. I don't need to carry it. I'm going to scroll up here and grab some of your questions this morning. Kayla, hi, beautiful Lana. Hello, beautiful Kayla. Immigration is stressing me out as time goes on. What information do I need to send in to get it approved? Kayla, so have you sent what they're asking for? Because I still don't feel blocked or held. I know it's already been held up, but I don't feel like there's anything that's you need to do that's outstanding, other than what they've asked for. So I think you just kind of go through the processes, navigating through the immigration system. Start carrying a little pen light with you, Kayla, or a little flashlight, or even the light on your phone, and shine the light into the energy of the immigration. It is a heavy, dark system. Bring that light into it. Just try adding the light to it, and try really hard to. And I get the stress. There's a lot weighing on this. Try and just however this piece of my puzzle and this part of my journey is going to go down. I'm here for it. Just kind of lean into that a little bit. I know, Kayla, it's really hard. It's hard. It's hard when it's hard. Right? It's easy when it's easy, but when it's hard, it's really hard to kind of stay in that alignment of trust. It's going to work out. I don't feel worried. You're going to land on your feet. Just kind of shine that kind of light into the immigration. Just visualize the immigration. When you think of any office space, whether it be government or even the medical world, you can feel the heaviness in there. Right? You can just feel it as soon as you walk in, as soon as you talk about it, as soon as you got to fill out that paperwork. It has that feeling. Try and shine a little bit of light in there. Bring light to it, Kayla. And I will, Kayla, continue. I have you in my healing circle every single morning. I'm sending energy and energy and energy to this. Add some more light. Okay. Um, Definitely a lot of energy and opportunities this week. Yeah, it's been it's going to be the beginning. Kate CB, it's going to be the beginning of a lot of opportunities. And Spirit said to me, get your feet moving, and I literally said, how fast do I need to go? Because the opportunities have been coming and are going to continue to come in a lot of glorious ways. And I really think that balancing right now, it's hard to balance out the energy that's around us. There's a lot of, I've had this conversation several times in the last 2 weeks. There's a lot of heavy energy around us. And, you can't lean into it. You can't, taking a peek at it, okay, but don't lean into what's not in your control. Stay out of that, energy that's heavy right now. Right? We're going to get through it. I feel quite light at the end of it. It's only short term. Just kind of go into another energy field with it. switch lanes. That's kind of what I've been doing. I made moon water, Kayla. I love, love, love that. Love it. Moon water. I'm a big moon person. You guys know that. So I've always got the ongoing moon water. Mila, can you please let me know if my cats are doing in heaven? Their names are Oliver and Rosie. Are they sending me any signs? Our loved ones and our fur babies up in the spirit dimensions are always doing really well. Mila, please know that and feel that. They are in a glorious, peaceful, unconditional, loving space. It's even hard to describe. There's no physical words to describe. They're always around and they're always sending signs. And I feel like I have to say, Mila, start tapping into that. Just feel it for yourself. Just have that knowing that they're there. Keep talking to them. They're always around and they're doing very, very well. Fran, love pieces of puzzle falling into place. So exciting. It's very exciting. And in the vibration of exciting, sometimes I don't even know what I'm excited about. And I ride that carpet of that magic carpet of excitement. I'm just going to be excited, and it lifts off, and it helps you fly above the heavy. We're like, get on your magic carpets this weekend and just fly in magic. Just know that there's good coming. Just know that there's something to be excited for now. Right? Okay. Shy. Okay, I'm gonna ask, do you feel I need to be worried about the situation between me and my boyfriend, like the relationship ending? My parents are also convinced it will end and they won't shut up about it. Okay, Shy, it does feel turbulent to me. And I'm gonna put it through this way, Shy. The turbulence feels like it's not necessarily all between you and your boyfriend. I feel like I've got too many outside influences, too many outside opinions, there's interference. I can hear it like that radio interference. I hear it like interference. And I feel like I've got to say, if you can step out of the interference energy of that and just connect with you and your boyfriend as to where you are energetically. And tuning out, we can tune out. Other people have their opinions, other people have their thoughts, other people, m- may with the intention think they know what's best for us, but this is your journey with him. This is your journey together, and just kind of, if you can, with love, turn down the volume of that noise, of that static noise. They mean well. They're trying to help. And relationship stuff, and I've said this before, relationship stuff is really hard to predict because of the choice and free will piece, right? So I need to kind of say that's a little bit unknown if it's going to work out. Lean into, if this is my forever space, my forever partner, lean into, I'm going to trust that this is going to go the way it needs to go. But I feel that there's just too much static around you to feel that. And it's like I have to give you back your power of thinking for yourself. People can have their opinions, looking at the intention, they mean well. I love them so much, they mean well, but I'm going to come into how I feel. And and he needs to come into how he feels. And if this is going to work, it's going to fall into place. And if it's not going to work, it's going to fall into place. But how you navigate through that, relationships, if they're going to end or if they're going to go forward, it needs to be your energy and their energy, not everybody else's energy. Okay. Hope that helps, Shy. I know it's not a definite answer, but I can feel the turbulence. I can feel it quite bumpy right now. Also want to say that your boyfriend wants this relationship, and so do you. And I think with that desire, like, I don't feel like he's given up on this relationship. I feel like he's struggling with all the external noise. Aaron, if you could send me healthy energy. I'm fighting off a cold and I can't afford to miss work. Absolutely, Aaron. Aaron, if you can, I just feel like I need to add ginger and turmeric in like a hot water with lemon. It's not medical advice. It's just what I feel like. I feel like you need. I'm really aware of my chest. So, and you have a cold. So, but I'm really feeling like it's settling in there. So I need something to loosen it up. And I just got a real strong taste of turmeric, ginger, and some lemon. Matriarch astrology. I would love a message from my spirit team. I'm suddenly at a party. Like, you got some party guides with you. Your spirit team is like partying. I was like, woohoo! And then they got the streamers and the pom poms. I'm like, wow, this is kind of fun. I feel like that they're kind of really pushing you into more of that party and celebrating everything. I got to get your feet happy dancing like that Snoopy dance all the time. Even when things are not going well, I'm celebrating that I'm on the right path. When things are going really well, I'm going to celebrate things are going really well. They're partying with the learning, and I really feel like you've had either some new learning or you've gone through some learning, and I've got a really it's like that party animal. Oh, what a fun vibration to tap into. I feel like I've got to join that party. I'm just going to party and lap it up every step of my journey. And that's the energy that they are providing around you. So I also feel that there's something that's going to come up. I'm not sure on the timeline when. I can't feel them touching my nose. When spirit touches my nose, it's right in front of me. I don't feel that, so it might be a little bit out. But celebrate the steps getting there. But I feel like there's something big of celebrating that's really coming in, and I got to get you to party now. It's like have a pre-party before the party. Ha! They're really funny, matriarch. They're really funny with this pre-party. Have a pre-party. Okay. Um. Look at you guys all supporting Aaron. Aaron, with all that healing energy, you're bound to feel good really soon. Laura, the anniversary of my dad's passing is on the 2nd, and my brother's passing is on the 5th. Do either of them have any messages for me? Laura, it's quite funny. So your brother wants you to know that he's been quite busy. He's been quite busy with navigating and helping. He's got this helper, the kind of like this helper kind of vibe to him that he's been helping out a lot. I don't know if you've been talking to him more or asking them for help, but your brother's like, yeah, I'm here to work. I'm here helping. Dad has his one hand on your left shoulder. I can just feel him like kind of like, I'm right here. I'm right beside you. I haven't gone anywhere. It's just very different. But I feel like your connection with them has shifted. I feel like you've got a deeper knowing or a stronger bond there with dad. And I just feel like when you need to feel him, just kind of put your hand on your left shoulder. There you are, dad. Because he's very much navigating. I also feel like I don't know if you've been kind of like contemplating or clearing your mind or sitting out and looking at the sky or the water. I just feel them like with that calm space. I feel like something's been calming for you, if that makes sense there, Laura. I'll try and watch the chat and see what you respond. There's Wes. I reassembled my Nintendo DS a few days ago. Well, good job. A bit of inner child healing. Always the inner child healing. There's always, and all versions of ourselves. Inner child healing. We've all had experiences at every stage of our life, and I really feel that all versions of who we are, who we were, that's always a part of us, and we're always healing through that. And that's the little specks from the coffee filter reference, Wes. Rachel, wow. Laura, wow. That's a lot of hard days coming up. Thoughts to you and your family. When I just want to kind of come back into like anniversaries of passings, we often feel them even closer on the anniversaries of their passings. And one thing that one of the reasons for that is, yes, we think of them every day or often, but when it's an anniversary or a special occasion, we miss them even more. Their physical absence is even more. And we feel them, and because we miss them more on special occasions, we feel them more, we get more spirit signs. And when you take that energy and you spend more time in it, that is the communication in your relationship with them grows. So really tap into that space. And that's exactly the space I often work in when I'm communicating with them. It's that space of that closeness. Ma'am. Good morning, Lena. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years now. That's a big job as a stay-at-home mom. That is a big job. Good for you. And I feel like a new chapter is starting. What do you see for me in regards of employment, and what type and when? So the when is going to be when you're ready. I feel like I have to say when you're ready. And I also feel an ease into it. I also feel like I need to say to you, I got to get you test tasting a few things. So look, so far, this is just as an example. So if perhaps volunteer somewhere for, a short term, or perhaps kind of, I feel like more of a helping nature. And I feel a little bit, I don't know if you've considered some kind of healthcare, like, whether it be PSW or rec therapist or something. It doesn't have to be like, going back to school kind of piece, but kind of in that kind of energy. I feel like I have to say, maybe volunteer at a senior's home to do some reading and see how, reading books or to them. Or I feel like I've got to get you to kind of taste a few things and feel what resonates with you. And I've got to get you to kind of explore a whole new version of you is coming out. Like, you've been self-employed as a stay-at-home mom, and that's a big busy job. So you're coming into, oh, okay, kids are a little bit older. need me a little bit less. Who am I now? And I feel like I've got to say, explore that. Explore. Try a few things here and there. Try something once, twice if you like it. Try something part time if it works out great. If it doesn't, great. And I have to get you exploring. And the reason Spirit's not necessarily giving me a direct answer on that is it's up to you to kind of figure out now what resonates with you. Who is this new version of me now? Who is it? And so just explore it without any judgment. If you like something, great. If you don't, great. I feel like I need to kind of get you in that. Okay, Joanne. Good morning. Any messages from my spirit for me? I use, by the way, the No Drama Llama couple a week. It's been it's been glorious. Okay, Joanne. Joanne, I just kind of got like this gypsy energy. Just kind of like surround me with this vibration of that wandering, eccentric kind of. I feel like that piece that is just carefree, and I feel like they're trying to kind of give you that gypsy energy. I feel like bright colors, like kind of like being very playful with yourself and whatever resonates with you, with kind of like that freedom. I feel like I need just a little bit of that, and just that freedom. It can be older music that you liked, or anything that can give you kind of an exploring or that carefree. They're trying to kind of like inject that energy towards you. I need to get you to kind of play in that a little bit, even just for an hour, right? Get yourself a headband or anything gypsy style, and just kind of like playing it, just being playful with that carefree. So I don't know if things have been really tense or really regimented for you lately, and I just need to say, get a colorful scarf and have a good time, just kind of playing. It can be a little bit of fun dancing in your kitchen. It can be whatever that means for you, Joanne. I feel like I've got to say gypsy soul. Yeah, tap into that. Okay. Spirit's being quite cool this morning, I think. Tabitha. Hi, Lana. I hope you had a great week. There's a realtor in the park my dad's trailer is located. Why did I just kind of have to hold my breath? She'd like to list it for me. Is a good fit? Is there someone else I should use? So I just had to feel that, Tabitha, because even before I got to the rest of your statement, I really took a big breath in there. And um, eh, Tabitha, have explored other options? I feel like I need to just kind of explore it and talk to other people first. I just feel like I need to do that, and so that you can have your pull either way. And Tabitha, have you kind of had, and I don't feel bad with this realtor. I don't feel bad at all. I'm just not quite sure if it's a vibrational match. And I'm seeing kind of, what I tell people is, go and check out all my socials, watch a few of my videos, read a couple of my reviews, because you need to resonate with me. If you don't resonate with my energy, I'm not the reader for you. And I think I'm a great person. There's like, you know what I mean? But I'm the vibrational match there. I just feel like the wavelengths are two very different there. And I need to say, talk to other people, like just kind of, do a little bit I'll use the word research. Do you connect to this realtor's energy? Yes or no? Okay, that's kind of how I'm kind of feeling it there. Rachel, I've had a lot of childhood trauma resurface this week. Been frustrated with work colleague and giving myself stress headaches. Really needed to let things go. This update really resonates. Rachel, thank you for sharing that. And I always say, if one person resonates with something Spirit said, that's enough for me, and that's why I channeled it. It's about that residue, right, Rachel? That childhood trauma resurfaced. It's the pieces. It's those little things, and it's been a lot of frustrating with the energy at work, and us, and they probably interconnect and intertwine, right? It's probably a bit of the stress at work kind of brought up those floating pieces of that childhood trauma. Remember all the healing that you've done, and give yourself permission to kind of let those floating pieces go. um, Me too, Rachel. I'm sorry for young energies are coming up for you. We made it through. Your awareness is already a step forward. Absolutely, Kayla. And there are memories that get so buried down in some, and it happens to, I think, all of us. It's like, I didn't hadn't thought about that in 30 years. And there it is. It's and I observe it like I'm watching an old movie or a history documentary. Oh yeah. And I observe her. I feel what that younger Lana did, and I kind of let those pieces kind of. Yes, you did experience that, and you've done very well moving forward from it, right? And that doesn't have to be the childhood stuff. That can be the yesterday version of you. Every single day, there's a new version of you because we're different. Even if it's a slight difference, what you learned yesterday shifted you a little bit. This is great conversation, by the way, you guys. Oh, this energy update resonates with me as I finally found a way to build my confidence. And then yesterday it completely shattered for some reason. Shy, I get, and I just kind of want to, I'm just going to tap in for some advice there. I just needed to kind of like, where are you, spirit, for a minute? I understand that we are affected by other people's energy. And part of it is, we do surrender our control. We do. And this is how I'm seeing it, Shy, is that bow down. I'm not good enough. Bow down. They know better. I feel like sometimes we bow down and we don't stay in our truth and our lessons. And sometimes and I've had people say it to me over the years, like many years ago, you're gonna learn a hard lesson. And I used to say, yeah, and it's my lesson to learn. Whether it works out for me or not, it's still my lesson to learn. And I don't like the phrase "I told you so." That's like chalkboards on nails on a chalkboard for me. Yeah, maybe you did, but I needed to learn that lesson. And it's the same thing with other people. Maybe they were right and you didn't listen, but there's a reason why you needed to go through the experience and learn it on your own. Right. I just drives me nuts sometimes, the whole "I told you so." I needed to go through the learning. I needed to experience it. I needed to taste it for myself. If I said to you, "Oh, this tea tastes so great," but you can't have any of it. And Shy, you take a sip and you're like, "Oh my gosh, you said that tea tasted good, and it's horrible, Lana." You needed to have the experience. It's not up to me to decide whether the tea tastes good for you or not. Right. So, just because I have a knowing that this is good for me doesn't mean that, you have to take that, and you are having your own experiences. People have really good intentions. Most times they want to prevent you from tripping and falling, but, they want to, and it's the same thing with other people. Think about that in the reverse when you're like, I can't believe they're going to do that. I told them not to. They need to experience it and have their own learning. Get in your lane. Right. Be there to pick them up. They don't need an "I told you so." Be there to reach a hand up to help them up. Be there to dust themselves off. Be there to be part of their healing journey. But we can't interfere in people's lessons, right? You know, even when we are right, people don't need to hear that when they trip and fall, right? They need our help to get up. They need our help to walk beside them. That's just some wise words there. And it's easy. And you know what? It's easy when it's easy, right? Sometimes it's hard to watch people learn. Like we see it in our friends and family. That's going to hurt when they fall, right? It's like a little kid riding a bike and they want their training wheels off, and like they're going to fall 10 times. I want to leave their training wheels on. They're going to fall 10 times. The scrapes on their knees are going to heal. Put a helmet on them and and let go of the bike. And that's the same with us people here. People are going to learn and have their own experiences here, and it doesn't help when we say "we told you so." Right? All right. Lana, you were half right when you said I'm getting a cat, but I'm getting a Chihuahua. Okay. Still a fur baby. I love that. Enjoy that. Huey Lewis, Power of Love. Oh, I love that. Uh, there's Fran. Shy, what did your gut say? Could it be your parents projecting because they don't want you to make a big move and they just got you home? Absolutely. Absolutely. The intentions of Shy's parents are to love and protect. Absolutely. And they don't want her to go. Right? They don't want her to trip and fall. They don't want her to struggle. And so it's their intentions, but people need to kind of make their own decisions in a loving way. That's we can't control people even with love, right? They need to have their experiences. Okay. Well, look at you guys. Thank you, Kayla. It's been a week, but I want to let go over the weekend and start next week with fresh mindset. I love that. You guys are so awesome to each other. All right, Charlene, I gotta watch the time, you guys. It's 9 o'clock. Okay, Charlene. Good morning, Lana. Would you love some advice on my son's death case? I feel ready to go to the media to address the police's actions or lack of regarding the case in order to put more pressure on them. I feel that time. I feel that pulled. I feel like you're gonna take the path lovingly. I feel like you're gonna, I feel that you're gonna take this um, in a loving way, in an awareness way, in a voice way. I feel like you're gonna use your son's voice in this. I feel that you're gonna advocate from that point of alignment. I just want to say, beware or be cautious on the presentation of it. I feel like I've got to say, take the truth in the tube of love and light. So standing in that tube, that tunnel of love and light, taking the truth and walking it through there. And and with social media, because media can twist and distort things too, right? Stand in your power, stand in your truth. I also feel like he's helping, and I have to do this, and I don't know why, and I have to salute it. So there's got to be, and if I use the wrong hand, I'm sorry. um, I feel like I've got to salute it. I'm getting like that validation, so I don't know why I've got to do that. So, my question to you is there a military reference, or there's something there that I've just got to, it's time. I support that. And just kind of using your voice in a very loving love tube kind of way, like taking that path, and don't get sucked in. You just kind of stay in that truth. I also feel like I'm very handsome, by the way. I can just feel very, very handsome. um and he smells great, by the way. Okay, sorry. um Motivational vibes. Hi, will I do good in the Youth Masters program, and will it bring in opportunities for me? It's going to bring in huge opportunities for you. I think that you're going to do very well in the Youth Masters program. It's going to have its moments where you want to pull your hair out. But I feel it's just the learning. I don't feel, anything. I just feel like very, I don't want to use the word typical, but like normal learning, normal education. It has moments. They're showing me when I was in nursing school, it had its moments where I one time, I'll tell you this, I'll share this. I don't know, it was a younger version of me. So I was living in Windsor, Ontario, in an apartment building, and we were studying for our finals, and I was really struggling with a specific topic, and I went out to the balcony and I threw my textbook down. Oh, and here you go. I gave it back to the universe, I guess. The frustration level was like off the charts. It's gonna have moments, but you're gonna do really well. And I think, loving yourself and being gentle with yourself through those moments, and getting support from other people, will be immensely helpful. But I feel you are on such an amazing path, and I feel like that you're on the path. Like, this is really what I want to do. This is so what I want. I just feel that immensely for you, and I feel like you're going to do so well at it. There's a big part of you, that always leads with compassion for people, and I think that's really going to kind of, always stand out for you, because I think you're just always going to take that compassion and empathy energy. Okay. Um, Smash the like button, guys. Thanks. I appreciate that. That's what she said. You're always thinking of me, and I love that so much. Kayla, yes, we got a request for evidence. They want more information on my partner's taxes, job, etc. So stressful. So, Kayla, this is literally, and I'm going to do this really. This is how they gave it to me, and I'm going to just do it really love. So what? That's exactly how it feels. Give them what they're requesting. I literally had to go. "So who cares?" So I literally had to go. So what? I feel like I need to look at the other side of this. You know, yes, this is stressful. Yes, it's a gong show. Yes, it's a pain in the rear end, but it's also someone doing a really good job to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Right. So, kind of looking at both sides. Of course, you're on the up and up. And of course, this is, but just kind of saying, what, someone's doing a really good job. And I literally had to my first was, "So what, Kayla? Send them what they need. Don't worry about it. Don't, try not to panic. Send them what they need." PJ, good morning, Lana. Wondering if you see me getting a townhouse here in Ontario. Do you see a move for me soon? So PJ, there's some choice and free will wrapped into all of this. So I feel, I feel that here's how I want to word this. I feel like if your desire to move to Ontario is really what you want to do, I feel like that it's gonna happen, and I feel like it happens really quickly once you start. I feel like I need to say, this is what you want to do. Get your feet moving. Um, I'm just having a feel back into the townhouse space. You probably are aware this PJ rental in Ontario is a little bit tight right now. I feel that's going to be loosening. I do feel like the rental space is going to be loosening a little bit. I'm not quite convinced if it's a townhouse, and I guess maybe it depends on what your idea of a townhouse is. It feels more of like a condo townhouse. Like townhouses quite often are houses that are attached. This one feels like there's like upright. It feels like what's what I'm looking for. It feels like a condo townhouse, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like a this way house. Townhouses are, often we think of them this way houses. This is a this way house. I know that sounds funny, but that's how I'm seeing it. More of like a condo type townhouse. And I don't feel it in a big complex either. Like I feel it kind of like just like maybe a row of like 10 or 12. I don't see them in like a whole complex area. But I feel like if that's PJ, if this is the momentum that you want to go in, I feel like I have to say go all in. I'm gonna find the right place. I'm gonna land on my feet. I'm like I get it. We do question it, but try not to pull back. Try to pull out of the what ifs. And PJ, I'm really kind of curious if you're left. Yeah, my your left lower shoulder blade is bothering you. I just kind of got like a twinge in there. All right. I'm gonna grab a few more here. Let's see. Uh, Talia, the goddess of happiness. Hi, darling. For the first time, I have a special feeling towards a person, but that person humiliated me. I feel awful. I need someone or something to say something to me. I deserve to be. Okay, yes, you do. Absolutely, you do. So I want to say it this way, okay? This has nothing to do with you. This person has some unhealed stuff going on. This person has their own healing going on. I feel it has more to do with them. I feel like they're carrying around, and it has nothing to do with you. I feel like their journey has been a lot of embarrassment, a lot of friction, a lot of struggles, a lot of lack of self worth. I feel it more as it's in their backpack of life. I don't feel it as you. I feel that you did teach this person something. I feel like it's almost like you offered them up some healing energy, and whether or not they take it, that's totally on them. But I feel like you sent them something, sent them an awareness, sent them a different vibration, sent them something different. And I really have to say, acknowledging how you feel, but I have to say, shift out of it. You're worthy. And if you are so worthy, and if this isn't the person for you, or if they're not ready, or if they're not healed, thank you, universe. Okay. I just kind of put it down. We navigate through enough shame, in our life, and enough humiliation, and enough, what, just kind of like I've offered that energy to them. They didn't accept it, but it's because they have a lot of unhealed stuff. There's something there that's really, really deep for them. Okay, you guys, I'm 7 minutes over what I thought I was going to do. I know there's a lot of, or I know there's a lot of questions I didn't get to. Much love to all of you. I will try my best to get to them next week. If you can join me again, motivational vibes. Thanks for sharing your story. I understand. I do lead for compassion. Okay. I also want to share. I know this was posted on some of my socials, but this arrived in the mail. Beautiful student of mine who is a very incredibly gifted artist. And in person, I mean, the picture that I posted doesn't do it justice. It's absolutely incredible. Thank you, darling. Mr. Kyle, if you're listening or if you're watching the replay, I love you so much. Isn't this spectacular? It's incredible. And the hawk, I always struggle with the camera here. Here we go. The hawk in the picture, like the eye contact is profound, and the spirit activity, and in my favorite spot in the forest, and the trees for me are very symbolic when I'm out there as my spirit guides. So yeah, it's just a beautiful masterpiece. I really wanted to share it with you guys. Love it so much. It is outstanding, isn't it incredible? So beautiful. I'm getting emotional. I was choked. I was teared when I opened the box this week. It's absolutely, and all the magic, all the spirit magic in the lighting there. Fairy magic, spirit guide magic. The people who've passed. I just love it so much. I had to share it with you guys. Okay. Well, let's pull out the animal communication book or animal spirit animal guide book here. Lace, when do I come back? So normally I'm here on Monday mornings. I'm not here this Monday, so I will be here next Friday. If I can't promise I'll have extra time during the week. It's an extremely busy week. A bunch of doors have flown open for me, so it's my schedule has shifted very quickly. But Ask the Medium sessions are on Friday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, you guys. What do we need to know? Oh, the eagle again. We've had the eagle come up lately. There's an opportunity for you that you're considering, and it would be for your best if you take advantage of it soon. There will be a new beginning. Ooh, we talked about that earlier. There will be a new beginning in a positive direction following a recent period of strife, one in which you've gained a great deal of stamina and resilience. Detach and rise above the mundane so that you're able to see your life and circumstances with a broader perspective and a greater vision. It's time for a great spiritual awakening, one where you experience greater connection to the divine. This is an important time to communicate with the divine for creative inspiration, so heed any guidance you receive. Whatever you put out, positive or negative, will now return to you in some way or form more quickly than ever. The bald eagle. You have an increasing ability to walk between the material world and that of spirit. Dive into your inner depths, paying close attention to any visions or aspirations that arise. Aspirations are messages from spirit too, by the way. I just want to kind of mention that. Golden Eagle, go on a spiritual adventure, a pilgrimage to a holy or sacred spot. Can also simply be the forest or your favorite starry night. Find your passion and means to express it. Pursue the goal that has been emerging in your consciousness without hesitation. Love that so much. Um, a lot in here is what we talked about with new opportunities and new beginnings, and detaching and rising from the mundane. Really stay out of the energy next week of what's going on that's negative in the social media world. Stay out of it. Hard no for me. All right, let's grab a couple numbers. Oh, Debbie Jones. My last official day of my formal career, retired now. Enjoy, Debbie. I can't go too deep in there, Deb, but we'll talk soon about that. But I just feel so much fun. All right, a lot of repeat numbers. All those repeat numbers, you can look them up. Spiritual meaning of 333 or 444. You can look them up. I don't have time today to go through a bunch of them, but 104. You are surrounded by love of spirit and the angels who are lifting you up to a happier level. You can speed up this effect by maintaining your positive outlooks. Everything is always working out. Let's do one more. 375. Oh, I like this one. Congratulations for making healthy choices, which truly are the answers to your prayers. I love it. Okay, you guys. I gotta go. I could sit here all day and talk to you guys on a live. I really could. Lana goes live. Oh, thank you very much, Kayla. I appreciate all your help here, you guys. Um, as always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided week, you guys. I'll see you on Friday next week.